Hello, you're watching PlayStation Access. My name is Dave, and I'm joined today by Nath.
Hello.
And Nath, we have played a hell of a lot of Dying Light the Following.
Yes, we did, yeah. Went to Poland.
And probably what most people are most excited about, or the biggest change, is the buggy.
Yes, indeed.
In fact, it's one of the first things that you get in the game. And
first mission, yeah.
This is 6 ways it changes everything.
It really does.
And the first thing to say is just how much fun it is just to use.
Wow. What's this footage here?
This is just a montage of... This is like the first thing I did when I got the buggy. It's just driving around and running zombies over.
Yes.
So, you know, the game has been totally built around the buggy, really. The map is very big.
Yeah,
there's large expanses.
If you're confused and you've played the original Dying Light and you're like, how is there all this space? Basically, what happens immediately is you go into the countryside.
Yeah, exactly. And that's great because you have a buggy and it wouldn't be so good in a built-up area.
No.
So it's loads of fun just to drive around. I was really surprised that like the handling is quite deep. You know, like all the terrain, it's really important to note.
Yeah,
reacts really differently. I mean, look how much we're sliding around in this field. It's worth, you know, you want to stick to the roads when you can. Really, you want to sort of avoid zombies when you can because they
all
just
obstacles,
slow
anything
you
that
down.
gets under your tyres.
Exactly.
But you can rack up loads of XP by running them down.
Yeah, that's true, and going fast. And you can also build upgrades for your car. So they come in many different sort of styles and ways, but this is in particular. This is like the key parts that make your car go.
Yeah, there are 5, right? Are there?
Is there 5? Or
might be 6.
Yeah, I think there's 5.
It's a small kind of graspable number of things, and you can gradually make them better. And the upgrade kind of progression is the same. There we go, 5, as I suggested.
It could work.
And basically, they're the same as they kind of match the rarity of the other items in the game. So they go from, you know, hey, you've got quite a good one, well done. Like then you can get a purple one, or the best is like, you know, the golden ones. Same as the weapons. I
think we saw 6 levels. So every part that you see on the sort of little diagram of the car has 6 like there's a level
upgrades.
6 version.
There you go.
There's all the brakes. I did apply level 6 to everything, and it made the buggy unbelievable.
Because you went straight from basic to top end.
Yeah, and it was incredible. You can also see that there's equipment that you can add, which we're going to come to in a bit, and other upgrades as well, which we're also going to come to a bit. I also wanted to say that you have to repair your stuff, so your buggy does break. It never stops running.
It is very much within, but it gets worse at stuff. It's very much within the kind of the philosophy of the rest of the game, where it's something you're going to be able to customize and upgrade, and you're going to be able to upgrade your skills which pertain to the buggy as well, but you have to maintain it constantly. In the same way as everything in this game.
You can also customize the paint job.
Nice.
We've got Cherry Bomb here. I saw loads of paint jobs, and you can actually, which is really cool, have a little interior decorations as well, like a zombie thing.
What are we doing here?
This is us just hanging out, playing some co-op. This is like just the most fun. I guess it's something everybody wants. It's great to drive around in 2 buggies, but even better is getting in the back of the buggy.
This for me, this is like, you know, after you've done all your upgrading and you're messing around, this is really what people are going to be doing with buggies in Dying Light the Following. They're going to be riding shotgun with a shotgun. Yeah,
this is the A game. It was just, I mean, we had no plan here. It was just, Nath, you drive around and I'll get in the back and shoot stuff.
Some of the driving is questionable. I will confess, but and the thing is, you've got weapons on the buggy.
Some of the shooting.
You've got weapons on the buggy itself, so like you can see the electric coil on the front. You might be talking about these in a minute, so I won't go into them too much. But basically, you're doubly deadly, and also like there is nothing boring about riding around just shooting
it's
stuff.
It's just really fun.
In Dying Light, it kind of because so often in Dying Light you are running away from things.
Nathan, you got a duck.
Okay.
There you go.
because things are, you know, the zombies are actually quite powerful and you can't take them on in groups, but the buggy gives you a real sense of freedom and violence.
It does. And it gives you a whole new skill tree this time around.
This is the next point, right?
So this is the driver skill. It unlocks loads of little upgrades. You can see there's a car alarm, which means you can remotely make your car
into a trap.
Yeah. And nitro, which I'm ultimately going to choose here. But you can see, I mean, the skill trees are one of the biggest draws, I think, of Dying Light. It was there's loads of new skills to be acquired. Like rather than
no way.
No, but I mean, quite often in games, skill trees are just sort of buffing things you already have.
No, that's true.
25% more damage.
It's one of the craziest things about Dying Light is that the game got so much better the longer you played it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm really excited to get new driver skills, and this is the weapons, in fact. So this is you driving around. These are things that I think you get through the skill tree. You unlock through the skill tree and then can equip. We've got the
this is like an electrical core, so this is the same sort of technical setup as the trap that you would use. So anyone who's played the original Dying Light, you can set up like a trap for a car. You're basically riding around with one of them on your hood, and then so you can kind of press it and people detonate away from you. At the same time, we've obviously got a flamethrower.
Yeah.
So we're riding around, jamming that button every time the battery recharges, and also just burning everything. I wanted to see if I could set fire to like those hay bales and then have them roll into zombies. That didn't really work out, but everything else did.
You sort of can a bit. I mean, a flamethrower in this flammable area is just the most fun. But yeah, there's also like ramming bars that you can upgrade. To go on the front, I think, to do a better job of getting rid of zombies, dispatching them in fun ways. I think just tearing them to pieces once you hit them. But to be honest, that coil is doing the trick.
It is, and the funny thing is, what I found, I mean, it might be different when we get to bigger upgrades, but just nothing really is as effective as just hitting them.
Yeah.
Just hitting them with the entire buggy is definitely the best.
But it does slow you down. And here you can see that's the remote activation of... this is when I was trying to be stealthy. And I accidentally then used the flamethrower on the other buggy. This is the last point. It's just all the new game modes that it kind of unlocks.
Yes.
So in single player and co-op, this is single player. There's loads of little just buggy challenges dotted around the place. This one in particular, you have to kill 7 cop zombies, not just...
Man, this was hard. I needed upgrades.
Really hard.
I tried this over and over again. So again, this is like the rampages or the races, the parkour races that were in the original Dying Light. Now, obviously, kind of retooled for the buggy. And they give you the same, either going somewhere very fast or trying to kill something, and then you get XP for it. And it's hard. This was real tough, and it's not just tough because it's mostly a speed thing, but also you've got to kind of, like the parkour, you do it once or twice and you pick out the route and you realise where you have to go. And there were zombies kind of jump out and they cause obstructions, which can be quite tricky.
It's like I said at the start, it's really surprisingly deep, actually, the buggy. So even the races, I mean, this is the very first race and it's not too hard, but you can't just sort of go for it. There is loads of terrain. I can see that people on the later races are going to need to pick a route. Then you have the added issue of the zombies. That was an exploding one. Some of them just jump on you and get in your way.
They say hello.
And stop you from being able to see.
If you boost into them with nitro, they explode.
It's really surprisingly deep. And I think also, obviously, this is all kind of online integrated, so there are leaderboards, and you're instantly sort of comparing your time to your friends and stuff. And there are also little ad hoc challenges. So these are all kind of like things that you picked up. This one, just as I was driving along, it said just press the touchpad and to do this challenge, and I had to hit max speed and then maintain max speed.
For as long as possible. Do you know, like, I'm really pleased that the buggy's in there. I played Dying Light for a very long time, and this is like as a point of differentiation, it makes the expansion really stand out, because they're talking about that it's more than just another piece of DLC, and it really is. It makes it feel. I mean, it's still more Dying Light if that's what you want, but it offers something completely different as well.
I think you're right. It doesn't feel like an add-on. It feels like they've built the whole thing around it. It's like a whole new.
It's an expansion. That's what they thought.
Should call it that. Anyway, there's plenty more coming from us on Dying Light this week, so do stay tuned and let us know what you're looking forward to.